Dealing with competition in whatever field of life or business can be difficult to navigate through sometimes as people. Sometimes even family and friends can become competitors. But you know what? Competition can bring out healthy qualities within us and bring out the best within us. It can push us to be the greatest versions of ourselves. Let's talk about the etiquette of competition. This is the KYREN Monteiro Show, Season 3, Episode number 1. Let go.
It's time.
Can't play something more perfect, man.
It's every time. It's every time. I'm consistent with the mission every time.
Drip up on my
wrist and neck, you know I shine.
Yes, sir.
No capping when I'm rapping, you can check your life for life.
I tell them every
time. It's every time. I'm consistent with the mission every time. Drip up on my wrist and neck, you know I shine. No capping when I'm rapping, you can check your life for line. I do this every time.
You know I do it every
yeah. Week to week,
you know I do it every
month to month,
it's every
this ain't no last.
You know I do it every
I feel like Mike,
I'm 6 for 6 it's every time. What's going on, everybody? My name is KYREN Monteiro. I want to personally welcome y'all to the KYREN Monteiro Show, Season 3, Episode number 1. Round of applause, man. We're going to dive right into this thing and call this the etiquette of competition. Once again, the etiquette of competition. I think that, first off, competition is necessary in life, man. Competition is so necessary in life. And Season 3 is all focused on visionaries, leaders, entrepreneurs, etc. That's what Season 3 is going to be dedicated to. We're going to call that Season 3 is going to be dedicated to the visionary series. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't think of a better topic and value to add to listeners but to talk about the etiquette of competition. And before we dive in, I got to tell y'all, make sure that y'all listen and stream and download the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, etc. Make sure that if you want to check out a high definition video of the podcast while it's being recorded, head over to my KYREN Monteiro YouTube channel. Search the KYREN Monteiro Show on YouTube, and the podcast is going to pop up. Round of applause, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, man. Promise y'all I'm not gonna hold y'all long on this episode. Let's talk about the etiquette of competition. I got some points for y'all. Got some episode points. And I think it's good. First off, competition helps establish and distinguish the differences between great and bad. Woo! Let me say that one more time. Competition helps establish and distinguish the differences between great and bad. So what I'm saying is that if people, if that, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Whatever business, whatever industry that you're in, whatever field of life this pertains to for you, if there are not multiple businesses and service providers and people doing the same thing and similar things, it doesn't help the general market distinguish who's great and who's bad if it was only one person doing it. You want there to be multiple people doing it, right? Multiple people, it helps expose the general market to different options to show who's great and bad. And it shows you who's great and bad. And it can help make you more confident, or maybe it'll make you step your game up. You know what I'm saying? Point number 2, competition brings different types of alternatives to the general market. Let me say that one more time. Competition brings different types of alternatives to the general market. What I mean by that is, let's take a restaurant, right? McDonald's, Texas Roadhouse, Ruth Chris. All of those restaurants are on different levels. They're all different types of restaurants, right? Especially for the common person. All different types of restaurants. McDonald's, fast food. You're going to pull up, you're going to order, and you're going to walk out. You know, you can sit down and eat, but most people just grabbing and going. It's fast food. It's not really something that you come to and you really break bread and have dinner at, right? It's just one of them quick fixes to kind of get you through whatever moment that you're dealing with because you're hungry. But let's say something like Texas Roadhouse, that's a restaurant where you can go sit down and break bread and fellowship with people, have good conversation. The environment is more designed for really sitting down and breaking bread, right? It's a little bit more, it's a lot more up, not a little bit, it's a lot more upscale than what McDonald's is. But then you take something like Ruth Chris. Ruth Chris is a whole nother level, right? Compared to Texas Roadhouse or McDonald's. They all serve their place at the end of the day, and you can all appreciate them for what they are and at the level that they're at, right? But imagine this. You wouldn't want the restaurant market to just be only McDonald's. You wouldn't want it to be only Ruth Chris. You wouldn't want it to only be Texas Roadhouse. You're thankful for different alternatives on the same level and at different levels, right? So whether it's fast food, whether it's 3, 4-star, 5-star dining, you want different alternatives in a variety. Nobody wants the same thing. So competition brings different types of alternatives to the general market. So whatever it is that you do, you want there to be multiple options so that it gives the general market different things to choose from. Whether you think that's good or not, it is good. All right. Point number 3, competition helps you develop a better work ethic and pushes you to be better. Once again, competition helps you to develop a better work ethic and pushes you to be better. It's self-explanatory. I don't care what nobody says. If you have competitors, it's going to push you to work harder and be better because you're trying to land the client. You're trying to land the customer. You're trying to land the promotion. You're trying to land whatever the end goal is. And if you have competition, it's going to push you, right? Point number 4, competition forces you to network and forge professional relationships. Let me say that one more time. Competition forces you to network and forge professional relationships. If you want to be successful at whatever it is that you do, and that you're building up, whatever your vision, your goals are, your business, whatever it may be, you have to network with people. You have to forge professional relationships with people. There's no way you can do things by yourself and on your own. You have to have relationships. You have to have a network of people. Well, guess what? Your competition is going to force you to do that. I guarantee you. Because your competitors, especially if they're great at what they do and they're successful, I guarantee you they're networking. I guarantee you they're out shaking hands, breaking bread with people, showing their face, trying to be top of mind. Remember that. Point number 5, competition ultimately exposes you to the truth about your own self and skill sets. Once again, competition ultimately exposes you to the truth about your own skill sets and your own self, right? What do I mean by that? Things like, are you really good enough? Do you really have the perseverance that it takes? Are you really made for it? Competition will show you that. It will show you where you stand at in a race. And it'll show you how you need to adjust and pivot and do things. So, man, look, man, round of applause, man, to every listener of this podcast, to every visionary, every entrepreneur, every leader, everybody that's trying to be above average, man. Salute to y'all. This is the KYREN Monteiro Show, Season 3, Episode 1, the Etiquette of Competition. Once again, this is the KYREN Monteiro Show, Season 3, Episode 1. And Episode 1, this is the Etiquette of Competition, man. Round of applause, man. Round of applause because, man, we going to keep this thing going. We ain't stopping. We just getting started and we already into season 3. And just like I do on every episode, I'm going to bring you in and take you out with some good music. So let's go.
It's time.
Turn it.
It's every time. It's every time. I'm consistent with the mission every time. Drip up on my wrist and neck, you know I shine.
Yes, sir.
Capping when I'm rapping, you can check your line for line.
Tell them it's every
time. It's every time. I'm consistent with the mission every time.
Say drip up on my wrist and neck,
you know I shine. No capping when I'm rapping, you can check your line for line. I
do this every time. Salute to the visionaries, man. Blessings.